In the last part, we saw Yu and Chu Xiao having their dinner together. As they stood up to leave, they saw a group of small child beggars salivating as they covered their leftovers, which included that half-eaten ball of noodles. Yu tossed a tael of silver over to the shopkeepers as he remarked, "Give them a bowl of noodles each." Yu tossed a tael of silver over to the shopkeeper as he remarked, "Give them a bowl of noodles each." As a small child about 12 to 30 years old, seeing that they are generous and nice to talk to, walked over to them and said to Yu, "Old master, please grant me some wine." Yu looked at the child. He turned around to hand the shopkeeper some more money as he said, "Give him a jar of wine without mixing any water. If he can't finish it, they have to pay for the meal themselves. You can beat him up before hanging him over to the authorities." The child broke out in a joyful grin as he proceeded to enjoy his meal. Chu Xiao probed, "How can such a small kid drown an entire jar of wine?" "If he does not try, he will never know what that is," Yu said and continued, "Only when he suffers once will he remember this lesson." Chu Xiao was stunned as she slowed down, falling behind him. Yu took a few steps forward before he realized that Chu Xiao was not following behind him. Frowning, he called after her, "Let's go." "What are you thinking about?" Chu Xiao snapped out of her trance and walked over to catch up with him. Only after suffering would one remember a lesson. Yu, how many times have you suffered then? Why have you still not learned your lesson? She thought to herself. As she wandered in her thoughts, she suddenly felt an acute pain in her face, after which the sounds of firecracks began to echo out right above Chu Xiao's head. Chu Xiao was shocked as she turned around, but she suddenly felt a large burst of strength pulling her away. Yu pulled her hand, causing her to fall back into his embrace. He took a few steps back as he raised his eyebrows, illustrating the anger on his face. "Are you all right? Are you injured?" Chu Xiao looked up to see someone standing on the second floor of a restaurant. The person had just released some firecracks without paying attention to whether anyone was walking below. Beside herself, a few others had suffered due to his carelessness. At this moment, quite a number of people cursed and swore on the ground below, but their insults were drowned out by the firecracks. Yu pulled Chu Xiao's hand, which was covering her face, away. Her face had turned slightly red, with 2 spots noticeably redder. "It's nothing. It does not hurt," Chu Xiao replied. She was not used to his attentiveness as she tried to push his hand away to no avail. She was not used to his attentiveness as she tried to push his hand away to no avail. His hand was warm to the touch. She could feel its roughness and calluses on it. "I am really all right," she said, a little embarrassed. "I am not disfigured either." A woman's face is very important. Why don't you care? You cheated emotionlessly with good intentions. Chu Xiao did not hold it to heart, but it all changed when he added the following sentence. However, with your looks, it does not matter whether you are disfigured or not. Chu Xiao was stunned. He had reverted back to his old ways in less than 3 sentences. She retorted, "You watch out." Yu's expression was defiant as he turned to walk towards that restaurant. Chu Xiao was afraid that he would pick a fight with someone else over such a trivial matter. As she worried about this, he turned back and walked towards her. She met him halfway and asked, "Why are you going over there?" He replied, remembering the restaurant's name. Chu Xiao pouted, "You are so resentful." Yu raised his eyebrows as he replied, "What are you thinking? I smell the fragrance of the wine there. I am intending to dine there tomorrow." Chu Xiao felt slightly depressed. It was not like this before. Why was she at a disadvantage whenever she talked to him now? She frowned and followed behind him as the man carried a proud look on his face which she had never seen before. The night winds were cooling. The merchants at both sides of the road came up to them occasionally to advertise their products. Some flower girls came up to Chu Xiao, raving about her beauty, and asked Yu to buy some flowers for his wife. Yu accepted and welcomed the idea that the crowd misunderstood him, buying 3 flowers baskets and making Chu Xiao carry all of them while he walked in front in a relaxed manner. Chu Xiao appeared like a maidservant as she followed behind, carrying all his stuff. This captivated the attention of many passers-by. Slowly, the flower girls no longer approached them, having thought that her status was not as high up as they expected. Sounds of discussion floated around Chu Xiao's ears. "Look at that handsome young master. Even his maidservant is so beautiful." Chu Xiao frowned, feeling a little depressed. Did she look like a maidservant? Over 10 years had passed. Why was she still his maidservant? In the great outdoors, forever free. Thank you for staying right beside me. Feel free to share, comment and subscribe. Don't forget to like the video. Thank you.